This year, 2014, marks the 100th anniversary of the Smith-Lever Act, which established extension services across the United States. In this spring's issue of State Magazine, David Peters tells the story of Walter Bentley, commonly known as the founder of extension services in Oklahoma. I sat down with Peters, and he talked more about Bentley's lifelong commitment to education.
Well, he'd been and had interest in education even when he was a child, and when he first had an opportunity to go to school back in the day, and that was in the 1860s. You would go to school for about 5 months out of the year, and then you would work on your family farm usually, or for your parents the other 7 months out of the year. Well, Walter did that from the age of 6 to 21. At age 21, he attended Illinois Normal, which is Illinois State University in Springfield now, and so he attended there and earned certification to be able to teach at the local schools. He returned back to where he was from, was Pike County, Illinois, and taught in the local schools there. Kind of the same deal, except now he was a teacher. He would teach 5 months out of the year and then work on his farm that he rented the other 7 months out of the year.
After getting married and farming in Illinois for several years, Bentley would move to Wichita Falls, Texas with his whole family, where he became involved in the local farmers union. During his time farming there, Bentley would attend conferences at Texas A&M on improved farming techniques. He would then bring those new techniques back to Wichita Falls, where he would share them with his local community.
He was a lifelong learner, but he was also a lifelong teacher. February of 1904, by then the first extension agents were being appointed from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And so he was one of the first group of individuals asked to be an extension agent. He just happened to work in Northwest Texas. When he first began doing that, he took his years of experience as a teacher and as a principal that he would lecture. He would go to visit small towns, would call meetings of farmers together, and then would kind of lecture or teach to them. Well, he wasn't getting much acceptance with that method, and he was actually becoming fairly frustrated by teaching and trying to work with farmers at that level. And so Dr. Knapp, who now had established an office in Houston, Texas, invites him to come visit him in Houston. And what Knapp convinces him to do is to really create demonstration farms, small little plots that farmers could establish in their own farms, and then they could demonstrate the practices that they were trying to encourage from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, rather than teaching them or lecturing them about things they wanted them to do.
Even with this new show me, don't tell me approach, Bentley's new techniques often fell in the dry soil of closed mines. However, he did find success with a slightly younger demographic.
What Bentley discovered, though, is oftentimes it was the children, young men mostly, but some young women, who were much easier for him to work with. And so frequently there would be sons or daughters of these farmers who'd say, well, if Dad doesn't want to do a demonstration plot, I'd like to try a plot.
Bentley would go on to become Oklahoma's first Extension Division Director in 1914, after the passage of the Smith-Lever Act. His office was moved to Oklahoma A&M in Stillwater, where he would continue to teach better agricultural practices through extension efforts until his death in 1930. Bentley's pioneering efforts in extension continue to benefit thousands of Oklahomans today.